If you've been lifting for months and you feel like you're doing all the right things, you're eating well, you're sleeping well, and you're training as hard as you can, but when you look in the mirror you still look the same, you feel like you're not gaining progress, this video is for you. I was there as well, and here's exactly why you're stuck and how to break through that wall. See, plateaus are not uncommon in fitness. Whether you're a skinny guy trying to build muscle or an overly fat person trying to lose weight, at a certain point you won't see as much progress as you have been seeing, especially when you started. You're no longer feeling sore when you wake up from a workout the previous day. You're not getting stronger with your lifts. You don't see much progress when you look in the mirror. This can be very discouraging, but it's normal and it's more often than you think. For skinny guys especially, when you first pick up that first pair of dumbbells, those newbie gains are inevitable. But if you've been training long enough, your body will start to adapt and you will hit an inevitable plateau, a period of not losing muscle but also not gaining muscle either. I struggled with this as well. I was doing all the right things, but for about 2 months I didn't see any progress. In this video I'm going to break down what you might be doing wrong and how you can get back on track and escape this inevitable physical decline and start making progress again. So as I've already said, this plateau is always inevitable, and it happens to a lot of people. The first thing I'm going to talk about is to do with your training. You might be training hard, but you might not be training smart. And understand the difference between training hard and training smart. You might not be doing the workout that is going to give you the most optimal gains. And I'm not talking about finding the best workout program on the internet. No, I'm talking about, are you doing the exercises that are actually gonna help you to get the physique that you want? Are you a bodybuilder trying to train like a powerlifter? Are you a powerlifter trying to train like a bodybuilder? We need to look at your training program and the exercises that you're actually doing in the gym, if these exercises are actually going to help you get towards your goals. Are you training in a way that's going to help you to build muscle if you're skinny? Are you training in a way that's going to help you to lose weight if you're fat? If you're a skinny guy going to the gym and your workout routine consists of mostly isolation movements, there's no way you can actually expect to progress, and that decline that you're feeling right now is due to your program not being optimal enough. You must have these main compound exercises in your routine because they're the ones that are going to help you to build the most size and mass. As a skinny guy, you want that size. You're looking for size first. You're not looking for veins on your biceps. You're not looking for popped out shoulders all of a sudden. You're looking for size first. Ego lifting because you feel stronger is going to affect your progress greatly. You've probably been training for some time now. You feel stronger, so that means you want to push yourself. You want to lift very, very heavy weights, and this is going to affect your form. Bad form equals bad progress. I would actually suggest that you guys start recording your top sets, to make sure. Just critique your own form. You have to be your own worst critic. I am tired of going to the gym and I'm seeing guys ego lifting. You're already skinny, again you're trying to do weight that you can't manage, and then you come to the gym for 6 months and you've not made muscle, and then you start blaming everything but yourself. Even if you're strong, you might be as strong as hell, you might be able to deadlift 200 kgs, but when you go to do your lateral raises, don't pick a weight that you cannot perform with perfect form. So the first thing you guys need to do to get back on track and fix your progress is to analyze and critique your training and find out whether your workout plan is actually helping you to make progress. Now, the last point that I'm going to talk about is about being burnt out mentally. Sometimes your lack of focus and progress can be down to your mental state and not even physical. It can be from something outside the gym, outside your diet, outside your training. This is something I was experiencing earlier this year actually, and I didn't know it. I didn't know that I was actually facing this this mental burnout until I actually made a change, and you're not feeling that same hunger and desire for progress as you had when you first started. Sometimes you need to change your environment, sometimes you need to change your surroundings to get that same hunger and desire back. Let me give you guys a funny story. I actually got in a fight with one of the trainers at my school gym. I got kicked out, so that meant I had to go to a different gym, a different environment. Now this new gym I went to, nobody knew me there. I didn't have many friends. I didn't have my friends there training with me. Sometimes you go to the gym where you're comfortable. And another thing that held me back was that I was also one of the biggest guys in the gym, so I wasn't really motivated. I was satisfied, content with the way I looked. So when I went to this new gym, for once I was not one of the biggest guys in the gym. I was surrounded by a hungry, individuals who are older than me, who are actually bigger than me, and this pushed me and inspired me to actually go past my limits. It wasn't all fun and games anymore. I'm not surrounded by friends who are validating me and asking me for advice and all this and that. That made me feel hungry again. The new equipment, and environment also brought me back to serious business. I really enjoyed being in a new environment with new equipment, people surrounding me. I'm not spending time in useless conversations in the gym like I was in my college gym. And it's evident in the last 6 months of training at this new gym, I am in the best shape of my life. So actually, this getting kicked out of that gym is one of the best things that actually happened to me this year, because it allowed me to see a new side to myself and actually see more progress. So if you're going through a mental burnout, if you feel like your gym is you're too comfortable, I would highly recommend changing your environment, change where you're training. There's all types of gym all over. The good thing about this gym stuff is that every day there's a new gym, so you can just make that change. I recommend you get into a new gym, surround yourself with different type of people. If you see people in your gym are just there for games and clout and all these things, leave that gym. You are who you hang out with. If you hang out with people who are not hungry, you're not gonna be hungry. So I would recommend change your environment, and I guarantee your progress will come back bigger than ever. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. I've done all these things, but I've also been where you are. If you're watching this video and you're at a plateau, you can get back to making progress. You can get back on track, and it's possible. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if you guys are if you guys are facing a plateau yourself. How are you going about it? If this video has helped you, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.